Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has hidden unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure, or admire an old one. What will we find today? Let's dig in. Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
For the past couple of days, we've been watching as God prepared fertile ground for the Gentiles to be welcomed into His kingdom. Peter and his 6 friends who had been invited to witness this miraculous event were stunned. They weren't sure what they'd expected to happen, but not this for sure. The Holy Spirit given to the Gentiles. How extraordinary. The new Christians were speaking in tongues and praising God just like the Jewish believers and the Samaritan believers had. There was no question about it. Then Peter, probably sounding like a challenge, said, "Can anyone object to their being baptized now that they have received the Holy Spirit just like we have?" None of the Jewish believers there had objected. They knew good and well it was God's will. No complaints from them. The church, Jew, Samaritan, and Gentile, would be one unified body of believers. Unity. Out of all the things Satan attacks, our unity is the most important to him. Peter and the 6 Jewish believers remained in Caesarea for some days, but the news leaked back to the church in Jerusalem, so that when they traveled home, the Jewish believers jumped on him like fleas on a hound dog. The strange thing to me is that they weren't as concerned about the Gentiles receiving the gospel as they were about Peter, of all people, going into a Gentile's house and eating with him. They were outraged. This had not been voted on. This had not been approved by the Board of Elders, nor would it have been if they had had a chance to vote on it. Good thing God had not consulted them then. Good thing God doesn't consult us when He does things, or give us a chance to vote on His plans. Most of the time, we'd vote to stay firmly in our well-worn rut and do things our own way, thank you very much. Peter understood their concern. He would have felt the same way had he not had a vision to prepare him and witness the Holy Spirit's work firsthand. So he poured out the story just as it happened. You can imagine the 6 brothers that he'd had with him nodding, "Yes, that's exactly how it happened." Then he got to the good part. He said, "As I began to speak, the Holy Spirit came on them, as He had come on us at the beginning. Then I remembered what the Lord had said. John baptized with water, but you will be baptized with the Holy Spirit." Don't you love how Peter had that light bulb moment to share with them? This is what he was connecting. He said, so if God gave them the same gift that He gave us, who was I to stand in God's way? Peter had seen God working and had put aside his prejudices and let Him work. He didn't want to be a hindrance or a stumbling block. He wanted to be part of it. When we let our prejudices, preferences, or pride get in the way of God's work, we're limiting Him. When have you had to put aside your prejudices to let God work in your life or in the lives of those around you? You know, once Peter explained all that had happened, they stopped objecting and they started praising God. After all, the doors of salvation were flung open to anyone who wanted to enter. What a world-changing concept.
As always, we'd love to hear from you. If you'd like to share a treasure, support this ministry, or get Carla to speak at an event, please contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. You can listen to other episodes on our website, which you can find in the description below. Thanks for listening, and have a great day.